Hello, I'm Joseph Crudup. Welcome to my storybook. Today I want to talk about my favorite player. The man who won 4 NBA titles. 2 for Miami Heat, 2 from Cleveland in his hometown, and 1 for the LA Lakers. The book called LeBron James, a basketball star who cares. I hope you enjoy this book, or reading this book, and I hope you enjoy it when I read it. Let's begin, please. Introduction. LeBron James is one of the top basketball players today. He is a small forward for the Miami Heat in the National Basketball Association. But there is nothing small about LeBron James. He stands 6 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 250 pounds. Fans often call LeBron James by his nickname, King James. That is because he rules the basketball court. Small forwards like LeBron James are very versatile. They score a lot of points and grab rebounds. James is one of the top scorers in the NBA. Once he scored 56 points in a single game. James also plays good defense that keeps the other team from scoring points. Even though he is big, he can run very fast. He can block shots and steal the ball. LeBron James is also a great team leader. He works well with the other players. Sometimes he helps them score. In basketball, that is called an assist. James lets his teammates know that he is there for them. He once said, "Ask me to play, I'll play. Ask me to shoot, I'll shoot. Ask me to pass, I'll pass. Ask me to steal, block out, sacrifice, lead, tournament. Everything, anything." If there's one message I want to get to my teammates, adding James, is that I'll be there for them. Do whatever they think I need to do. LeBron Wilmore James was born on December 30th, 1984 in Elkhorn, Ohio. LeBron's mom, Gloria, was very long. His dad was now around. Gloria worked very hard to support LeBron, but the family was poor. Sometimes they lived in bad neighborhoods. The family often moved from place to place. Once they moved 7 times in a single year. All of this moving was tough on LeBron. He missed a lot of school. He also felt different from other kids. LeBron found an escape from his troubles by playing sports. He especially liked football and basketball. LeBron was good at both. In his first 6 games of Pee Wee football, LeBron scored 19 touchdowns. He was even better at basketball. LeBron made dribbling and shooting the ball look easy. He often pretended that he was Michael Jordan of the Chicago Bulls. Jordan was one of the greatest basketball players of all time. LeBron dreamed that only day one that one day he will become a pro like Jordan. Back at home, Gloria Jean's worried about LeBron. She did not want him growing up in a bad place. She wanted him to do well in school. Gloria spoke with LeBron's coach, Frankie Walker. He lived in a nice home with his wife and 3 kids. Walker's son, Frankie Jr., was LeBron's age. Walker told Gloria that LeBron could live with them for a while. That way Gloria can try to save some money. Gloria wanted what was best for her son. So LeBron went to live with the Walkers. It was one It was a good situation for everyone. LeBron was treated just like the other kids. He had daily chores and homework. He lived in a safe neighborhood. That year, LeBron did not miss any classes. He got good grades in school. He even won a school attendant award. Coach Walker was like a dad to LeBron during this time. He also helped LeBron with his basketball skills. Walker showing him how to play all positions in a starting five. He also showed LeBron how to shoot with his left hand. LeBron worked hard and learned quickly. Best of all, LeBron was still able to spend time with his mom. They stayed very close. My mom and I have always been there for each other, LeBron said. We had some tough times, but she was always there for me. As LeBron got older, he was taller than the other kids his age. By junior high, he was 6 feet tall. This helped him reach the basketball hoop. He could score, rebound, and even dunk the ball. LeBron's coaches were amazed at his talent. So were his friends and teammates. LeBron had a group of close pals, from McGee, Sam Carlton, and Drew Joyce. Drew's dad was a high school basketball coach. The friends called themselves the Fat Four. They all played basketball. When it came time for high school, they wanted to stick together, so they decided to go to the same high school. That school was St. Vincent State, Maryland, in Alcorn. SVSM's basketball team was called the Fighting Irish. LeBron was a starter. He was also the school's star player. In his first year, LeBron's team won the state championship. They won it again the next year. That season, LeBron was named Ohio's Mr. Basketball. This meant that he was the best player in the state. LeBron was the first sophomore ever to win the award. By his junior year, LeBron has grown. LeBron had grown to 6 feet 7 inches. He had also become well known. People came from all over to watch LeBron play. Soon the high school arena was too small for LeBron's many fans. The Fighting Irish had to move their home games to a larger building. It seems that everyone was watching LeBron. ABA scouts came to watch him play. The newspapers wrote articles about him. LeBron's photo appeared on the cover of Slam, a national basketball magazine. LeBron James also continued to win awards. As a junior, he was named Mr. Basketball for the second time. He was also named Player of the Year by Parade magazine. Soon the basketball world was focused on LeBron. NBA superstar Shaquille O'Neal came to watch one of his games. Kobe Bryant sent LeBron a special pair of sneakers. Kobe Bryant sent LeBron a special pair of sneakers. LeBron also met his idol, Michael Jordan. LeBron later said that meeting Jordan was an unbelievable experience. Some people thought that LeBron should leave school and become an NBA player right now right away. Scouts tried to convince him to turn pro, but LeBron and his mom felt that he should finish school. They believed that education was important. After graduation, he would be free to begin his NBA career. LeBron worked hard and did well in school. His favorite subject was earth science. By his senior year, LeBron had become a celebrity. People began calling him King James. TV crews following him to school. LeBron's photo appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated magazine. He won more awards. LeBron was most valuable player at many games. The Gatorade company named him National Player of the Year. Some of LeBron's games were even shown on TV. LeBron had become so famous that the Nike company signed a contract with him. He will appear in the advertisements for Nike sneakers. He will even have help named for him. The contract will last for 7 years. It will pay LeBron $90 million. At 17 years old, LeBron no longer had to worry about being poor. King James, King James had become a superstar. In 2003, Chapter 3, Poor Player. In 2003, LeBron graduated from high school. That summer, he entered the NBA draft. LeBron attended the draft with his bond. He was chosen first overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs were a struggling team in the 2002-03 season. They had won only 17 games. Fans hoped that LeBron could turn the team around. That year, LeBron did his best to help the Cavaliers win. In his first game ever, he scored 25 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds. He even stole the ball 4 times. The Cavaliers won 35 games that season, but they did not make the playoffs. But they had improved a lot. LeBron was named the NBA's Rookie of the Year. This award is given to the best first-year player. LeBron was the first Cavalier to be the Rookie of the Year. He was also the longest player ever to win the award. In the summer of 2004, LeBron was chosen to represent the United States in the Olympics. The event was held in his Greece. LeBron played alongside many others NBA superstars, including Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, and Dwayne Wade. As a rookie, LeBron did not get to play 2 months. The team lost to Argentina and ended up winning the bronze medal. When the 2004 season began, LeBron showed his superstar status. That season, he played more minutes than any other NBA player. He became the longest player to record at triple-double. He also played in his first All-Star game. The Cavs did not make the playoffs, but won 42 games that season. They were getting closer to becoming a championship team. Chapter 4, Star Power. The 2005-06 season was a great run for LeBron James. He played in his second All-Star game. James scored 29 points as he led the East to a 122-120 win over the West. He became the longest player ever to be named All-Star MVP. That season, James averaged 34.4 points, 7 rebounds, and 6.6 assists per game. He scored 35 or more points in 9 games in a row. Only 2 other players, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, since 1970 had done that. James also became the longest NBA player to average 30 or more points per game. James finished second in MVP voting behind Steve Nash of the Phoenix Suns. The Sporting News and Magazine named James and Nash co-MVPs. Thanks to James, the Cavaliers now had a winning score of 50-32. They were heading for the playoffs. The Cavs entered the first round of the playoffs against the Washington Wizards. The Cavs won the series in 6 games. James averaged 35 points. 7 points per game. The Cavaliers then faced the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons were a very strong team. James played well, but the Cavs lost in 7 games. James became determined to do better the next year. In the 2006-07 season, James took part in his third All-Star game. That season, the Cavaliers tied their record of 50 wins. LeBron averaged 27.3 points per game. The Cavs moved on to the playoffs for the second straight year. In the opening round, they swept the Washington Wizards. It was the first playoff sweep in Cavaliers history. After beating the Wizards, the Cavs faced the New Jersey Nets. James took his job. James took his job seriously. He led the team, averaging 25 points per game. The Cavs won the series, 4-2. For the first time in 15 years, the Cavaliers were heading for the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, the two best teams in the East will play against each other. The Cavaliers began the series with 2 losses to the Detroit Pistons, but James did not give up. He brought the team back. He brought the team back to win the next 4 games. Game 5 was especially exciting. The game was tied after 4 quarters. It went into overtime. Then it went to the second overtime. James scored with 2 seconds left in double overtime. The Cavs won the game. James scored 48 points overall, setting another Cavs record. Sports commentators praising James. Mark Everett said that James had one of the greatest moments in postseason history. Steve Kerr, a former teammate of Michael Jordan, compared James to Jordan. LeBron James and the Cavs were heading to the NBA Finals. Chapter 5, MVP. In 2007, James and the Cavs played in the NBA Finals. It was a dream come true for James. The Cavs were playing in the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs, led by Tim Duncan, were a tough team to beat. James averaged over 25 points per game, but it was not enough. The Spurs swept the Cavs in the 4 games. James vowed to do better the next year. James continued to play well in the 2007-08 season. He played in his fourth NBA All-Star game and was again named All-Star MVP in a game on February the 27th, 2008. He became the longest player to reach 10,000 points. James led the Cavs to a 45-37 record that season. The Cavs once again headed to the playoffs. They faced the Wizards, beating them in the first round. The Cavs then faced the Boston Celtics, who were going on to win the series in 7 games. In the final game, James and the Celtic Paul Pierce each scored more than 40 points. That summer, James once again played on the U.S. Olympic team. The games were held in Beijing, China. James' teammates, including Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul, and Dwight Howard. James was no longer a rookie. This time he was a starter and a co-captain. With James' help, Team USA won the gold medal. James was very proud. He told reporters, "It's the biggest thing for me ever. I got to win the NBA Finals, and I thought it was pretty big for me. But winning an NBA championship never will compare to winning a gold medal for my country." And in the 2008-09 season, James will continue his winning ways. He became the fourth NBA player ever to lead a team in scoring, rebounds, and assists in one season. The Cavs ended their regular season with a record of 66 to 16. It was the best record in the NBA that year. At the end of the season, LeBron James was named MVP. That led the Cavs again head into the playoffs in round one. James and the Cavs swept the Detroit Pistons. That swept the Atlanta Hawks in the second round. The Cavs then moved on to the Eastern Conference Finals. It was a tough series. The Cavs lost to the Orlando Magic in 6 games. James was disappointed, but he set his sights on the next year. James led the Cavs to a 6-1, record in 2009-10, taking home his second MVP award. But James was bagging up, and Cleveland struggling in the playoffs. In the semifinal round, Boston defeated the Cavs in 6 games. After the 2009-10 season, LeBron James left Cleveland. James enjoyed playing with the Cavs, but he needed a change. His friend Chris Bosh had just signed with the Miami Heat to play with their friend Dwayne Wade. James thought they well, James thought they would work well together, so he decided to take his talents to Florida. James looking forward to winning his first NBA Finals in Miami with James' talent and winning attitude. That is very possible. As James said recently, hard work pays off and dreams do come true. Shot to sets. On the basketball court, LeBron James is a fierce competitor. He loves to win, but he knows that there are more important things in life than winning. Before James became a star, he made a promise to himself. If he got if he even got rich and famous, he would give back to others. James remembered how it felt to be poor. He wanted to help others in need, especially kids. He later said, I think the reason why I'm the person who I am today is because I went through those tough times when I was younger. During 2004, James and his mom started a new charity. It is called the LeBron James Family Foundation. This group helps kids in many ways. It also helps single parents. James told reporters, I told myself if I ever made it to the level I want to be at, I'm going to give back. Thanksgiving is a special holiday for James. He is thankful for all that he has been given. Each Thanksgiving, James served turkey dinners to needy families. In 2009, he served dinners to more than 800 people. James said, it's kind of overwhelming. I am in a position where I am able to do things like this. It's not like I had to. It's because I wanted to. I know I can't fulfill every kid's dream, but I'm thankful I can do something like this. The LeBron James Family Foundation does a lot of good work. It builds new, safe playgrounds in cities. James often gives kids new bikes to help them stay fit. Each summer, he hosts a biking tour to raise money for needing kids. It is called the King for Kids Biking Tour. The event is held in James' hometown, Alcoa or Hallow. James actually rides his own bike in the event. Other NBA players like Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets also take part. James said, it's great to see the smiles on the kids' faces. That's the most important thing to me. It really means a lot to them and it's special for me. Off the court, LeBron James is known as a fun and upbeat person. When not playing basketball, James enjoys listening to music and watching the New York Yankees baseball team. One of his favorite food is cereal. He especially likes Fruity Pebbles, Frosted Flakes, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. James also spent a lot of time with his own family. He remains close to his mom, Gloria, and James enjoys being a dad. His firstborn son, LeBron Jr., arrived in 2004. James' younger son, Bryce Messner, arrived in 2007. The boys are already learning to play basketball. LeBron James is known for being a great basketball player, but his heart is what makes him a champion. He knows that kids look up to him and that he should always do the right thing. LeBron James said, I had no problem being a role model. I love it. I had kids looking up to me, and hopefully I inspire these kids to do good things. LeBron James went on to win his first NBA title for Miami Heat in 2012, then back to back in 2013 to beat the Spurs, and then lost the NBA his fourth straight, and then lost to the Spurs in 2004 after going on three-peat. But then he went on back to Cleveland for the Cavaliers, and then won his first and won their Santa Cavaliers to win their first NBA title in 2016 to beat the Wolves in Game 7. That was LeBron's third NBA title. Then he went to LA in 2018 and won his fourth NBA title to beat the Heat in 2020. That was his fourth NBA title. LeBron James is currently playing for the Los Angeles Lakers at the age of 37. Only time will tell. He's just going to keep winning and keep playing and hopefully win another fifth NBA title. Until then, I'm Joseph Crudup. Had a great day, and I hope you read this book called LeBron James, a basketball star who counts. I'm Joseph Crudup. Until then, peace and love. I'll see you next time.